Welcome. I am Lucinda Curran, your host for the 2016 Environmental Sensitivity Symposium, and today I'm introducing you to Elizabeth O'Brien. Hi Elizabeth, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks Lucinda. Lovely to be here with you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you on board with this. It's a great opportunity, I think, to get the message about lead out to everyone.
Yes, and the work you do on everything else is fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now your work, I just sort of accidentally hinted at what you do, but your work is linked to environmental sensitivities. Could you tell us a little about this, please?
Yes, in my work I'm focused on lead poisoning prevention, and what I've found through my research is that everybody is sensitive to lead. In other words, lead has an impact in everyone, in every organ of the body, in every cell, even at an atomic or molecular level. One atom or molecule of lead will cause damage, and because there is lead in everything in our lives, that's my focus. And when you protect people from lead, you basically can protect people from a lot of other co-contaminants and things that aren't good for you as well.
It's phenomenal that you're saying that because when we think about it, how infrequently lead is tested is quite extraordinary when you consider the effects of it. I know when I had my lead levels tested, my doctor was absolutely freaked out at the levels. And she said, but I never test anybody else. Maybe everybody else is the same.
Yes. Yes, doctors unfortunately are not trained to test for lead as an automatic thing. It should be as common as hypertension tests and iron studies, for instance. It's so common in people to have low iron, especially children and women. And low iron actually contributes to worsening of effects from lead, because lead will rush in where iron is missing in the body and take over the functions of iron and destroy the functioning of your heme system, for instance. So we need to absolutely raise the profile of lead as the most common contaminant and the one that's most likely to be in everybody. And whenever it's found, even at a detectable level, not a high level, but a detectable level, we know it's doing damage and therefore action should be taken.
That's extraordinary. I just find that so fascinating. So really, going back to the low iron levels, so basically when someone gets their iron levels checked, they should just automatically be testing for lead?
That's exactly right. And also when you're thinking about becoming pregnant, that's a good time to have your lead levels checked, both male and female parents. The child should be tested at the birth through the cord blood, and again once they begin to crawl, because that's when they're getting around their environment and getting that lead on their fingers and in their mouth, and then annually throughout childhood, at least every 5 years throughout adulthood, and more commonly whenever there is a detectable level of lead found. More frequently, the blood lead test should be done. This is the way we manage to actually ensure a lead-safe life.
That's fantastic, and I know you're going to be talking a lot more about that in the symposium and in your paper. So we'll just move on to the next question. What is the first thing that you ever wanted to be?
Interestingly, when I was first asked that as a teenager, I said I wanted to work in pollution.
Oh, wow.
And people laughed, of course, because it sounded like I was going to be standing in pollution while working. But as it turns out, I'm working fully in pollution to clean up the world of lead and other pollutants. So I'm very pleased that I've come to this through teaching and then through health education. And I'm very pleased with this career that I've ended up in.
That's phenomenal. I love that you knew back then as well.
That's right. I can remember the first thing that I ever did pollution-wise was I copied my parents, who were smokers, and rolled up a piece of paper at a Guy Fawkes night and lit the end and drew in the smoke and had a fit of coughing that put me off smoking and all kinds of fume inhalation for the rest of my life.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and the final question for our little interview now is, what is something that inspires you?
It is actually David Attenborough is a person who I find the most inspirational person on the planet. He should be getting every award that there possibly is for the best work of anyone in a lifetime. He raises the profile of the environment, and he educates and he inspires people to look after our planet because it's the only one we have.
That's phenomenal. Everybody, I'd love you to come and join us at the 2016 Environmental Sensitivity Symposium to spend some more time with Elizabeth O'Brien and hear more about lead and the amazing work that she's doing to make a difference for our planet.